Hello, hello. Kay Renee here. It has been a really long time, but I'm back. So, if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you are returning after a really long time, thanks for coming back. It's good to see you. A lot has changed in my life since we've last seen each other. But one thing that has remained the same is that I love all things life, faith, beauty, and now kind of simplification, decluttering, organization, and travel. So, if you're interested in any of those things, welcome. I hope this is the beginning or the continuation of a beautiful friendship. My little family of four has just gotten back from a 4 day trip to Arizona. We had a lot of fun, but the important part here is that I was able to travel in a personal item only for the trip. Keep in mind, we are coming from a very cold and snowy, wintry Midwest, and we're going to Arizona. And even in Arizona, going between a few different cities that had different temperatures going on. So, if you would like to see how I packed with winter heavier clothing for a 4 day trip to Arizona in just a personal item, keep watching. Let's talk about the trip. So, my family flew from Detroit, Michigan to Phoenix, Arizona in January. So, as you can probably imagine, here in Detroit, it is cold and snowy, wintry. And down in Phoenix, Arizona, it was around the high 60s, 70s. Um, in the middle of the state, around Sedona, which was one of our stops, it was around the 60s. And all the way up at the Grand Canyon, which was our final destination, it was around the 40s. So we had some good variety there with our temperatures. The fortunate news was that in Arizona, from top to bottom, for the most part, it was sunny and clear, which made a huge difference. But that did not eliminate the factor of having to pack for a few different temperatures. So the key to that was layering, which brings me right up to what I packed. But before I get into what I packed, let's talk about the bag. This bag is it's packed to the brim, which is something I'm working on. But this is the bag. This is the Four Monster packable hiking bag. It's a 32-liter, kind of water resistant, packable backpack. Very lightweight. I love it. Um, Pretty durable. I've taken it on a few trips now, flown with it, packed it until the seams could be bursting, but they are not. It's really convenient because it has these two really deep, stretchy pockets on the side. So that is convenient for putting it in. But the most important part is that it is pretty much the exact measurements for personal item travel. So for the airline that we flew on, which was Frontier, the measurements for a personal item are generally 8 inches by 12 inches by 18 inches. And this bad boy, when packed to the brim, pretty much fits into that bin perfectly. So I guess that's tip number one, find a good bag that fits the dimensions of the personal item and go from there. So, what I wore. The next thing I guess that's important is what I wore on the airplane and while I was there. Layering was key. So, this is what I wore to fly back, which is slightly different from what I wore down there, but the concept is the same. I have on a men's flannel that I thrifted at a thrift shop as my kind of shirt layer. And then I have a little black dress, not little, but a black dress underneath. It has short sleeves, it goes down to my calves, and it's great. It's lightweight, but great for layering and great in the summer because you won't overheat. I got it for like 97 cents, which is a whole different story. I love a good deal. I have on some tights and leggings, both black, and some compression socks because I tend to swell. So, that is the outfit that I wore on the plane, in addition to my hoodie, which I took, just a basic hoodie, black hoodie, and my packable, lightweight puffer jacket, which is just an Amazon basic. Um, this is actually the men's version of this because it had a hood and deep pockets and was cheaper than the women's version. Um, so very, very nice. So this is what I wore on the plane. Now, on to what I packed in the bag. For this next section, I am just going to start pulling things out of the bag, try to go quickly so that you can see what I packed. Now, one thing to note is that this bag is a two-in-one bag. So it did come with a little fanny pack that zipped right here at the top. I don't like the form factor of this fanny pack. It's okay, but sort of the rectangular design of it doesn't work well for me. And I don't like the way that it looks just kind of sitting up here. But that did come as a part of this bag. So if you're interested, I'll link it in the description bar below. And that is a benefit, I guess. It's a two-in-one. So it zips on and off, and you could just use the fanny pack part at your destination. Okay, so I'm gonna just pull things out. Since I don't like that one, I was able to carry my bag or purse or whatever, in this case, a fanny pack that I used in Arizona. And that is also from Four Monster. You will see a theme here. But I really like this. This is their packable. Oh, and this backpack is packable. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but it fits into its own carry bag that's about this big. So anyway, this is their packable fanny pack or sling bag. And it's in the same color, this kind of gray color. And I really like this. It has a pocket on the front, it has a pocket up top, and it has a zipper pocket on the inside as well. And this capacity, it can just carry so much. And I have a lot in here, which I'll show you probably in another video. Okay, so that's my purse that I used at the destination. As you can see, that's pretty hefty as well. The next thing in here is my journal. I have a traveler's journal style notebook cover that has notebooks and folders and pens and stickers and things in here. One thing that we do a lot when we travel as a family is visit national parks. And so I have a larger national park passport book, um, and it's over there. So I'm not going to go grab it, but I'll probably show it to you in another video. Anyway, you can get stamps, cancellation stamps at national parks when you visit. So we love to do that. However, that is really big. The one that I have is big. It's not the smaller pocket size passport to your national parks. So I cut up printer like sticker paper, and I just take those little pieces of paper with me, do my stamps on there, and then I just cut them out and stick them into my book when I don't take that large passport book along. So that's a little trick for you. Anyway, that was in there, and as you can see, chunky, but I like to have it. I do my journaling in here, my daily journaling and memory keeping and all of that. So that's that. The next thing I have in here, which I guess I can tell you things that I used and didn't use, is a little pouch that I keep a travel watercoloring kit in. It's making noise because I also have some seashells in here that I collected when we went down to Florida. But it just has like a little travel water pen, a little watercolor palette that I love, a little watercolor color booklet that I'll sketch and paint in, and then also my little Canon Ivy printer because we like to print out a picture that we take at each national park and put it into our passport books. So I have that and just some extra printer sticker paper in here in this little pouch that I got for free at a conference. So that's that. Then I have another packable backpack in here. I don't know why I never took the tags off of this, but this is also for Monster. Excuse me. This is another one of their packable backpacks. I think this one is either 18 or 22 liter, but anyway, you can see it packs into this little bag. And this acted as our day pack when we went to different places. We could put things like water bottles, hats, um, snacks into for our girls, and our passport books. So that's in here as well. It's a bag within a bag. Mhm. Um, okay, this pouch has my heatless curler in it. That is how I maintained these waves during our trip and at home on the when I straighten my hair, which is not often. Well, actually, this is the first time I've done it, but it has worked really well. I use this heatless curler and just wear that at night, and then every day I take it out and I have these wonderful kind of uniformed curls, or in this case today it's a wave. My hair has been sweating out. I sweat from my scalp, so underneath here the roots are reverted, but the waves still look pretty good, I think. Okay, so that's that. Then I have my toiletry kit or dop kit. Love this. This can be another video too, what I have in my toiletry kit and why I love this particular bag for my toiletries. Anyway, this is also stuffed to the brim, but I have things for me, my girls, our hair, two girls and myself, and yeah. So that's all in here. I have my medicine, my daily vitamins and supplements and things that I have to take in here as well. Everything is lives in here. Uh, I have this little waterproof baggie that has my dirty like underwear and under things in it. So that's that. I have this neat new addition to my travel pack, and you can see yourself. Um, this is a travel scale. I like to keep track of my weight. I'm in a bit of a weight loss slash health journey. So I have this little packable scale slash mirror, and I did use it as a mirror too one day. I have this pack of um, medications and snacks that we did not eat on the trip. I probably didn't have to take as many, but with two littles, our girls are 3 and 5, you can never be too sure. So I just had a few little snacks. But it also has some medications. On the way down there, my husband had a cold, and I now have that cold, but this just has like some Theraflu and some of the natural medications that I take, some electrolytes for those days that we were, walking around a lot and things like that. Anyway, that's in here. And I love these little bags. I got a pack of them that had a bunch of different sizes, and you can just use them for everything. The next thing in here is this little pouch that I had my girls' daily vitamin gummies in. This is a little stasher pouch. Um, I love these little things too. It's a silicone pouch. Anyway, one day I forgot to give them their vitamins, but all the rest of them are out of here. The next thing in here is a pack of AAA batteries that I bought while we were down there for this little travel toothbrush I was trying out from the Dollar Tree. I did not keep that toothbrush, but I have the rest of the batteries that I brought back with me. The next item is my little Mayu like game pocket game system. It's this like simulator. You can put all sorts of games on here. It has the Onion OS. Anyway, I played on that a little bit, but next time, depending on the trip, I wouldn't take this. But it was a pretty long flight. Um, well, about 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. So had a little entertainment. Now we are getting down to a half-eaten bag of cashews that I had on the way back. And I think we're getting down to the clothing. Oh, this is a little pocket blanket. And I took it just in case we wanted to kind of sit down somewhere at one of the national parks and kind of have a picnic. We did not end up doing that. So this didn't get used, but it doesn't take up a lot of space. And I think that it's good to have. It's water resistant, lightweight. That's a nice little blanket. Okay, so clothing items. This is a kind of long tunic shirt. It's lightweight. I really like it. Adds some color and patterns to my palette, which is usually basic, basically all black, which is my unofficial uniform. So I like to take this on travel. It dries easily. It's lightweight. You can layer it. It covers up, like, even if I wanted to just wear leggings, it covers up my bottom and thighs, which is very important to me for modesty's sake. So that was one of the tops I took. This is my swimwear bag. It has my swimming shoes and my swimsuit in it and my swimming cap. So maybe I can talk about my swimwear in another video, but that's all in here. It's a little bigger because, again, modesty. So it's not a bikini. I have some tights in here. I actually bought the tights that I had in Arizona at a thrift store at a Goodwill, and it was a 2 pack that they had brand new. So it had these, and then the black tights that I'm wearing that I wore on the while we were there and on the trip home. Great for layering, black tights, and I my tights at home had gotten runs in them, so it was a nice find. This is a basic black tee that I wore on the way down, and I also wore at night when we were in our hotel room, just to lounge around and sort of as pajamas, a pajama top. I have some bras in here that you don't necessarily need to see the details of. One of them I wore, one of them I did not wear. Oh, this is the bag that this bag packs into, just stuff down in there. So that's a pretty good size. What else? Oh, I have the pair of socks. I just took my compression socks and this pair of socks. My feet don't usually sweat and smell. So I can get away with one pair of socks for 4 days. And I wore the compression socks on travel days because we were flying. What else? Almost done here. This is like a camisole bodysuit that I wore um, most of the days that we were down there, and I also wore it on the plane down there. It's nice for shaping as well. It's a little compression. These are the jeans that I wore down there. They're just basic blue, um, like skinny leg jeans from Liz Claiborne. I like them because they have a high waist and a little control top. But yeah, slim leg, mid rise, Liz Claiborne jeans. Just a nice pair. I wore them down, did not wear them back, but as you can see, I can pack them just fine in a bag. This is another top I took that I didn't end up wearing because I opted to re-wear the dress I have on here on the way home from the airport, just because of what that day was going to look like and how I was feeling. So I didn't end up wearing this, but this is just a basic um, cranberry colored shirt with a little beading detail that I like. And it has kind of three-quarter sleeves, lightweight enough, good to layer again, loose top. I like. And it's some color in my otherwise dark palette. And then the last shirt I took was this black shirt. And pretty much all of these clothes were thrifted, by the way. Um, but this is just another, it's a black kind of tunic shirt. It has this nice sheer material at the bottom, nice silver kind of beading, studding at the around the collar. It's a long sleeve, nice and soft. So that was my other shirt that I took. And also, this dress worked well for church on Sunday. We visited a friend's church down there, and so yeah, even though it's casual, I this was actually the outfit. I had this as sort of like a sweater, and then the dress and leggings. So my camera stopped recording. I think the last thing I was saying was basically that I wore this dress. I wore this as sort of a sweater over the dress for church on Sunday, and it was great. Um, and that's another tip for kind of packing light. Just having a simple black dress that you can dress up or down is very good because you can kind of mix and match it. You can wear it in a number of different scenarios. So that's another tip for packing light. So yeah, this was nice to wear for church on Sunday as well. Anyway, before the camera stopped, I had gone through all of the clothes. There are just a few more items in the bag. This is what the bag is looking like. Um, it can hold a lot. So the last few items are just this little pouch that holds my travel slippers. And I actually, on this trip, I kind of reconsidered whether I would be keeping these or not. So they're just little ballet flats with elastic, and they're just a little more cumbersome to get on and off than I want in a lounging or slipper house shoe type thing, even on travel. So I just ended up sticking my feet into my shoes, and that worked really well because the back can go down. So I don't know if I'll actually be keeping these. I have had them for a while and used them on a number of trips and events like weddings where I wanted to take my heels off at the end of the night, but we'll see if I keep them. Maybe I'll just leave them in the car for taking my shoes off at events. But yeah, don't know if I'll be traveling with them as my slipper any longer. Um, I also have this little light in here. It's by Olight, and this is nice to act mainly as a night light if our 3-year-old gets a little scared if a room is too dark or something like that. So it doesn't always get used every night, but it's just nice to have. And then this little pouch that just has markers in it. The girls requested markers for their coloring books that they took, and then they didn't use them, but it was okay. They did color with some of their colored pencils, but they didn't use the markers. But that's what's in this little pouch. Cute little pouch. Um, and then the last item on the inside of this bag is my little um, clothing line. So this is my travel clothes line. I like to have it because if I need to dry something like our swimwear or any clothes that I need to wash in the sink in the at our accommodations, then I can hang them up to dry. We didn't end up using them on this trip. I wanted to use it, but I couldn't really find a good place that I liked to hang them in the room that I felt would be effective. So I didn't use it. We just hung our things around the room and it was fine. But that's nice to have and it's nice and compact. So I like to travel with it. Okay. So the bag, the inside main compartment of the bag is empty, and now we just have these two mesh pockets on the sides. And the front pocket, I don't have anything in. I did have just some flat papers and stickers and brochures that we had gotten at national parks, but they're not in there anymore. But they were just flat. My husband just walked in. So anyway, where was I? Oh, the outside pockets. On this side, we have this bag of wipes that didn't get used. I used some of the wipes in here. This has like Clorox wipes, hand wipes, deodorant wipes, bathroom wipes, deodorant. Oh, I already said deodorant wipes, stain removal wipes. So when we were on our way, before we left, Joseph said, "Do you think you need all of those?" And I said, "Yes, I'm going to use them." I
Bruh.
did not use all of them. I didn't need all of these, but I'm still learning. I'm still learning exactly how much we'll use in different places and scenarios and different length trips. So it's a work in progress. Anyway, that's what we brought home. And then I have my sunglasses that I love. This is the only pair of sunglasses I have. They're great for travel and everyday use. They fold down into this nice, compact little pouch. Also has a lens wipe down in there. And they are by a brand called um, Bin Under or Bitty Under. Don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, they fold out like this. I love them. I think they're a good shape and size for my face. They're lightweight. They work very well. They're polarized. They're great. They have the little nose cushions. They're rubber. I love these things. So if you're interested and they're still available, I will definitely link these below because these are worth it. Love those. Also, on this side, the last thing in that pocket is a souvenir. We love doing puzzles in the Ratcliffe household. And mini puzzles are great because you can take them to restaurants or on little dates. You can travel with them. I actually took some mini puzzles with me on this trip, and I did one of them on the plane ride down, which was really nice. So, anyway, we'll pick up, they sell these mini picks puzzles at national parks, and they're a great souvenir if you like puzzles. So, this one is of the Grand Canyon, it's 140 pieces, and it will end up being 9 by 4 inches. So, lovely little souvenir. Oh, it's upside down. But it's the Grand Canyon. And when we do this puzzle, we will just think about all the memories and remember how wonderful our trip was. So that's that. That side is empty now. This side is the last side. And I have this little pouch that houses my travel electronics kit. I can do another video on this, but this is what I travel with. And if I'm going out and I know I'll need electronics for a day out of working or whatever, this is generally what I have. This cute little pouch that my friend gave me that she got in Mozambique. She's a missionary. Hey, Kate, if you're watching. Anyway, this is what's in here. And it is pretty comprehensive. So, also in here, I just have the last items are entertainment items. I have these two mini puzzles that I got at Five Below. They were $1 a piece. And I did this little gummy bear puzzle on the way down. I will insert a picture up here because it was so cute and it was perfect. It didn't even, it took me, these are 150-piece puzzles and they're perfect to just throw in your bag or pocket if you want some off screen, offline entertainment. The last two items are this little mini deck of playing cards, which I did not end up using. But again, great to have. You can play solitaire, you can play any number of games, party games, um, with games with a few people, card games, whatever. And this little game, which is a word game. You basically can play by yourself solo, or you can play with another person. If you like Bananagrams or Scrabble, you will love this. It's a little um, kind of pocket version of Bananagrams Duel, where you just roll the dice and then make a little word grid using what comes up. So, very nice to have. It even has a little paper in here with a number of different variations to give you ideas of how you can play. So, I played that by myself on the plane and with my husband on the plane. Very nice. And now the bag is empty. The only other thing is on the outside, I have a hero clip and my water bottle cover. This is for the hideaway water bottle, but it's empty because unfortunately my water bottle was lost in Arizona. So I'll have to get another one. But anyway, love the hideaway. If you know, you know. And that is everything that I packed for our 4-day trip to Arizona with different temperatures and weather that's different here from there. So, if you liked this video, please consider liking, subscribing. If you have any ideas for things I could have packed or should not have packed, please leave me a comment below. I would love to read those and get to know you and get some ideas on how to pack further. And hopefully, I'll be seeing you again soon. But until then, bye.